Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish. Welcome back to Betrayal in Antara, where you may recall we last left our heroes here, in a bit of a pickle. We are traveling through Gone, and let me tell you, Gone is the appropriate thing to say here because I have no memory of this place. I got my COVID vaccine and then unfortunately got all of the side effects on Saturday, and so was not able to stream Antara last week. And now it's like, oh, what were we doing? What do any of these spells do? It really basically just takes overnight, I feel like. So, yeah, these pirate archers, though, I remember that. I will probably remember that till I die. It really would be great if you could maybe hit somebody, Aaron. 3 misses in a row. Okay. Well, that's alright. It's 2 on 2 now. Oof. Nasty. Yeah, this is why I remember the pirate archers, you see. They're accurate. They deal a lot of damage. We don't like them. They are not our friends. Okay, on goes the armor light spell. Yes, I don't want to do the whole shebang, because I'm hoping that it won't last that long, like it won't be necessary. Now, why did you do that? Oh, because he's facing them. He's got a sword. See, they just never miss, and 24 damage a pop is something that you just have to take into consideration. Do 8 phases for him as well. Armor light is about the only way to get through these battles, it seems like. Although I'll be real honest, I'm kind of surprised that since we took down the mage and one of the archers already, that these two guys haven't run for it. Now 3 of them are gone, and this guy is still holding his ground. If y'all have been watching up to this point, then you know that that is unusual, because one of the aggravating things about these particular fights that we have encountered has been the way that we invest a bunch of resources into them only to have the bad guys hoof it at the very last possible second. But hey, I'm not upset. They didn't get away that time. Whew, his armor's doing okay. How's yours? Not as well, but thankfully we don't have to repair Everedge. My goodness. Okay, he used up a whole stack of Sen water, so we'll give that to him. They dropped some decent treasure, I guess. Steadfast tonic. Rations we're definitely gonna take. Do we need any torches? We have 10 torches. If we already have a stack, they stack up to 12. Let's take 2 of them. Whetstone we don't need, because the only weapon, the only weapons we have are Everedge and the kinetic staff. Neither of those needs to be sharpened. What we need is an armorer's hammer, not a whetstone. The steadfast tonic just hasn't really been doing much. I think all that does is raise your defense skill. Which is not always useful. That's okay. More treasure for us to come back, pick up, and sell later. Speaking of skills, hey. Scouting went up by 1. Oh. And his melee is now 80. So, that is unticked. We've got him learning other stuff. Defense is 63. And what about you, my lad? His spell accuracy is pathetic. It's 43. You saw him miss every time with that hot foot spell, which is honestly rude. You'd think just by RNG he would get one of them. Thankfully, his fire magic did go up 2 points, though. Damage went up by 3. Ooh. So he got something. He didn't get any spell accuracy because he didn't hit, but he still got, like, magic skill. So that's good. Are we learning anything? No, we have nothing to learn at the moment, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Is damage is all well and good until you have 0% accuracy, and he was 3 for 3 that time. Not very good. Not a sterling performance from our boy Aaron here. And we need to keep an eye out. Where are we exactly? We are heading back around from Bakriel. Y'all told me last time that we would be going back down this way towards Briala, but to not go there yet. So I hung a left. We went up to Bakriel. This is the town where we just got ganked last time. Like, a bar fight spilled out onto the street, and we got attacked. Then we had to fight some guys to even get into the tavern, only to find out that the tavern keeper had a wine shipment that was supposed to go back to the Lord of, I think it was Keth, maybe, or Gunoth? I think it was Keth. And we gave him the wine, and he gave us a breastplate, which was very kind of him. You know, we can convert that to a decent amount of cash, especially since it was at 100% repair. Oh, I see some dudes. I would have given it to Aaron, except it wasn't blessed. What you gonna do? Thankfully, we're well up on food now. Let's see. There we go. Okay, his charm is 64 now. Magic is 36. Love to see it. I really am trying to focus on getting his spell accuracy up, because now that he has spells like Cold Cut and Fireball especially, it's like, you know, lightning spells are all well and good. We appreciate them for what they are, because, like, this is great. 12 stamina for a flat 40 points of damage. That's a pretty decent trade. It's been a solid spell this whole time. And Lightning Storm, we've really gotten our money's worth out of that. But Fireball could be really useful. And we have yet to hit with it a single time. And that is because his spell accuracy is so low. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, is I'm just going to cast a lot of low-level hotfoot spells. It won't do anything when he hits, but that's okay. It doesn't need to do anything other than raise his spell accuracy. That's what we're going for. Looks like that guy, he got one taste of magical fire and decided to just bail. And honestly, you know, that makes sense. Oh, you missed again. Okay, well, one of them's already run for it. Dang. Bruh. I don't blame him, but he does irritate me. Now, we've talked about this before on the stream, and I don't know how complex the math is that goes into the magic in Betrayal and Antara, like in the background. So I'm not 100% certain how the different combined skills affect the efficacy or the power of the various spells to which they are attached, which is to say, like, Hotfoot uses range, damage, and fire. So, of course, those skills are going to go up whenever you cast it, even if you don't hit. When you do hit, spell accuracy is going to go up. So, obviously, spell accuracy is the check that's being made to see whether or not the spell does anything. And then, like, I don't really know what damage, range, and fire actually do, other than as they level up, they unlock more spells that use those same types of magic. And that's fine if that's all that they do. Like if you... Yeah, let's go over here. If you only need spell accuracy to hit, because of course we know that damage for the spell is determined by the stamina cost that you put into it. If I spend 1 stamina, it deals 1 point of damage. If I spend 20, it deals 30, right? So that's how damage is determined, which means neither the damage skill nor the fire skill is playing into that. So what are they doing then? What do they actually affect? And the answer, I don't know. I don't know if those skills work in combination. Like maybe if your fire and range skills are high enough and your fire skill, if they give some kind of a bonus to your spell accuracy when you use this particular spell. If your ice magic was high enough, would that give a bonus to hit with cold cut? I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works, but I'm not certain. 3 of them got away, which is gross, but that's okay because hopefully we accomplished our purpose. Let's see. There we go, see? He hit several times, his spell accuracy went up by 1 point, and his fire went up 6 points. Wow! That's actually pretty impressive. That's a big jump. His damage didn't go up, and his range is maxed for now, so it can't go up. So I'm surprised the damage didn't. But that's fine. Because with fire being at 70, there's only 10 more points on that for this this chapter at least. And then hopefully we'll unlock some more spells just like we unlocked Fireball here very recently. I'm not surprised because it is an AoE that's kind of a high-level spell. But it has been frustrating to try and raise the spell accuracy stat. And one of y'all said this in chat last time, I think, and I agree that it is just... It's probably one of the hardest skills to raise in the game. Like, Haggle has been mostly useless. It's been nice when it kicked in, but it just never does. Which is one of the reasons why I think it probably is the hardest skill to raise in the whole game. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There we go. I think earlier in the series, one of you mentioned that the Haggle skill was actually bugged, that's like a known flaw, and I am 100% prepared to accept that at face value because of the way that it has failed to operate. But spell accuracy is tough because you have to spam a lot of little spells in order to get it to raise. So that's what I've decided when a battle is like this, and it's a sure thing. There's no way that we can really lose this fight, unless I'm just super careless or unlucky. So since William can take these lightning bugs out in 2 hits, I'm just going to take advantage of that, since we're going to have to rest anyway, to spam little spells and try to increase his spell accuracy some. Because even if it only goes up 1 point per battle, that's 1 point that he didn't have. And I can be satisfied with that, because every point matters. Every point counts. This game is not forgiving. And it does want you to... It expects you to have high skills. Especially, I think, at this point in the game where we're in, like, Chapter 6. The game is not playing nice with us. I mean, it never has, but the kid gloves are really off with these, like, pirate archers and stuff that we've been fighting. So, I mean, we have to play rough, too. That means a little bit of grinding. Well, I think I see our next town in the distance, and a large locked normal chest does not appear to be trapped. Okay. Well, he's got lockpicking ticked, and it's at 71, which I love to see. Oh good, his fire did go up 2 points. Weirdly, his spell accuracy didn't go up at all, even though he hit 1 time. Disappointing. Okay. Ring of Welcoming. We know the drill. I'm going to trust him and assume that it's not trapped. Awesome. Hey, check that out. Okay. 10 lockpicks, 6 torches, 8 fishing rods. These have been useless. That's been the most useless skill. Not necessarily... I wouldn't call it the hardest to raise, because I can't remember if the one time that it worked, if it actually did go up. But it's been completely useless, because even Haggle has kicked in a couple of shops and automatically gotten us discounts when it did work. Foraging, we were able to fish in only one place, and when we did, we fished up... What was it? A shovel? I think that sounds right. Well, anyway. I will just, as is tradition, we will mark this as not empty. We'll come back later. Oh. Put the Ring of Scouting back on. Ring of the Ranger. I keep calling it the Ring of Scouting because that's the stat that it raises. It is the Ring of the Ranger. I apologize. Okay. That town up there is going to be Nathby. We're not going there. We're going to hang a left at this next intersection and go back to Ganoth and towards Keth, because we looped around the other direction. Bad guys everywhere. And so we didn't go through Ganoth the first time, and that means that there are going to be encounters on the road between there and Keth. Did you learn anything valuable, my boy? Yeah, his cold magic went up by a point. Okay, these... Are you pirates? No, these just look like bandits. And there's some lightning bugs over there, and I think I can already see Ganoth. So... Okay. I'm going to try and sneak up on these guys and get us a surprise round. Looks like we got 3 swordsmen and a mage. Is that a pirate mage? Hey, at least this is working. Oh, wow, they fooled me. They looked a lot different. So these are, oh boy, 3 pirate archers and a pirate mage. Okay, well, that's alright. We got a surprise round, so that means that we can absolutely get 2 armor light spells off. No. There, attack. Before they get a turn. And since William gets 2 chops on this guy, I doubt he'll go down, but we'll have made a good dent in him. I could move along to the mage because he's got a lot fewer hit points, but these guys are so much tougher. I want to take one of them out first, even though these dudes hit hard. I feel like that's important. Let's see. We don't have, like, a mute spell. You know, something that just, stops a spellcaster from casting spells. Which is a shame. These are all touch range spells. Why am I looking at those? Okay. Well, we can reduce spell accuracy. So I'm going to put that on him. Because these guys recently have been big into the fireball spell. So I want him to miss with that if he's going to throw it. Hey, good. There, he was using Hotfoot. So see? Impacting his spell accuracy makes a big difference. Okay, now, I need you to rest for another armor light. Because they're going to go off at the same time. I hate that the Unseeing Eye effect looks very similar to armor light. So it's hard to tell, like, it was like, oh gosh, did he put a defensive spell on himself? And the answer, thankfully, is no. But there's like a moment of blind panic where it's like, oh god, William won't be able to hit him. Everedge is just going to bounce off. Your turn. If you're not going to run, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to hit you. There's been a couple of times here recently where it's been like, dang, bro, I'm actually kind of glad that they bailed. Here we go. Let me put 13 stamina on. But thankfully, we've got this mostly under control, and so I'm actually glad that they're not running at the moment. Do not hit him. Oh, Jesus. I had to open my mouth. Oh boy. I knew his armor light spell was going to go off on the next round, but he had been going like twice in a row for 3 turns, and so the only time that he doesn't get 2 turns in a row is the time when his armor light spell expires and he has few enough hit points left over that one shot will kill him. Of course. Yeah, it's always been kind of unforgiving, but this chapter, it has turned positively brutal. So, yeah, I absolutely did. It's the streamer's curse, you know. I opened my big mouth and immediately had to eat crow. I'm so sorry, Aaron. So, as is tradition, we'll have to fight this battle again. I actually, even though I, you know, of course I'm a sore loser, so, like, I complain when I lose. But I actually don't dislike that the combat is challenging. I think I've said that before, and I do mean it. I like that the combat challenges me. I like that it is tactical combat, both in the sense of like the formatting that it takes, and also in that you have to be aware of all of your resources, and you have to use them intelligently in order to get through these fights, because the game does not hold your hand, you know? Wow. Okay. I was just singing your praises, game. Well, I'm not going to change my tune. I do mean what I said. I think, because what irritates me is, I mean, yes, when people run away, but, like, that's fine. You know, it happens. What really irritates me that I think actually needs to be improved is that the incapacitated status that you get when someone gets KO'd in combat is so awful that it's actually better to fight the battle over and over again 2 or 3 times in an attempt to avert that status than it is to just take the L, as it were, and to try and finish the fight and then just go on about your business and heal them. And so what they need in this game to improve it, if they were ever to do a remake or a sequel or something as a quality of life change, is not even to reduce the impact of the incapacitated status. Like, it would be okay for it to be as terrible as it is if there was something you could do about it while you were still in the fight. The problem is that when someone goes down in a fight, they're just out of the fight. You cannot do anything. There is no action that another character can take that will prevent that from happening, or that can avert that situation. Like, you can't spend someone else's turn to, you know, to use like, to use a healing potion or to use Sen water or something to go up to a fallen character and get them back on their feet. And I dislike that. I get that it raises tension, but I think it's not the best possible game design, I guess, especially when you have such unforgiving combat, because it's okay to have challenge, it's okay to have unforgiving mechanics, as long as it doesn't reach the point where you're basically being punished for playing. And that's what that feels like, is you don't have full control over the RNG and where enemies, like, what rolls they're getting to hit you, or necessarily what their damage might be, that kind of thing. And especially since a lot of damage is static, like, if you get hit with an arrow, that damage is predictable because of the way bows and ammunition work in this game. If you get hit with a lightning bolt spell, that's predictable damage. It's always 40 flat damage. If you get hit with something like Hot Foot or Cold Cut, it might be a little bit different. You can't necessarily be sure how much damage you're going to take until it happens. So since there is RNG in the game, if you just get effectively bad RNG and you get taken down, that's something that happens in video game combat. Characters get knocked out. It doesn't matter what genre you're talking about. Sometimes people just hit 0 HP and they go down. And it's just that in other games, there is a way to avert that, to do something about it. And in Antara, there's not. In Antara, if somebody gets KO'd, you just have to bite the pillow and take it, you know. And I'm not a fan of that. I think that's one of the few things that I would change about this game, because it does constantly impress me. I do like being challenged. I do like remembering all the spells and anticipating when new spells are coming up. That kind of thing. There's a lot about this game that's charming and cool and interesting. The writing is great. The voice acting is on point. All of the characters are interesting and well written. And the developers do a lot of things that I like. And that's one of the few things they do that I genuinely dislike. That, like, if I had it to do over, if it had been my game to design in the first place, I would have been like, no, hard pass. If you're going to make the incapacitated status that monstrously punishing, you have to give people a way to get KO'd characters back up on their feet before the battle is over. And then, like, that's okay because you have to make tactical decisions. It feeds into the challenging combat because you have to take into account the action economy. You have to say, whose turn am I going to use? Who can reach this KO'd character? Do they have a healing potion or some kind of herbal powder or medicine in their backpack? Can they take this action? Like, how am I going to do this? And it changes the whole face of the battle, where now... Ooh, it's wide potion time. Where now the fight is about getting that KO'd character back up before the end of the combat gets here. And I think that that's okay. But just not permitting that whatsoever and then punishing you for the enemy getting good RNG and you getting bad RNG, you know, is kind of rude. Hey, we're at 69 stealth with William. Nice. So, yes, wide potions in chat, please. Yeah, it really is. 72 lockpicking. Nice. Stealth went up to 66. Spell accuracy went up to 45. Love that. Yeah, it would be nice. If Wide Potion cured incapacitation, it really would be the best party member. Damage is up at 73. Flame is at 74. That's going to max out pretty soon. Movement is at 67. Nice. I am really eager to get this up to at least 70 and see if it unlocks another spell. Okay. Oh, there's a chest over here. This looked like a place where a chest would be. So that's something else, the variety of, like, treasure chests and puzzles and things like that. I love it, especially because even though they give you the same gimmick over and over again, the puzzles stay fresh because you know the mechanic, but the riddles or the word puzzles or the bead puzzle combinations, the math you have to do is always a little bit different. Please don't be trapped. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Well, what in the world kind of lock? I did save right before. Okay, there we go. It's like, and that is, okay, there we go. There. That way I can do less if I have to load it again. It's like, I'm not going to break all our lockpicks. We so rarely break one, but still. Whatever is in here had better be good. Wow. Look at this. There's 3 picks. 4. 5. 6. 7. Holy. 8 picks. Jesus. That took 8 picks. Did you see how many tries? And that's all that's in here? You've got to be kidding me. And he didn't even... His damn lockpicking skill didn't even go up. Wow. That is wild. For 100 burlas. I don't think that that's... Okay, no, you know what? I will take it. And here, you carry these. The grounding wire could actually be useful. I don't think that was worth 8 lockpicks. Yeah, I don't think that it was. But there's this other chest over here that, if I recall correctly, we just left some lockpicks behind? Didn't we? Where was... Oh, I walked past it. Blind as a bat. Or as we say, you know, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. Okay, here, we'll put these in the chest. And he was out of grounding wire anyway, actually, so that works. And then here, we'll take those 2 lockpicks. And you take those 10 lockpicks, and there we go. All is well. Ring of Scouting. Because we know the next thing that we're going to do is go fight some lightning bugs. And you cannot sneak up on them. Okay, looks like they are guarding. Ah, a dig spot. Hey, and there's Ganoth over there, so let's just rush these guys. I wish that you could get the jump on them by sneaking up, because if you could get 2 Aura of Insulation spells off before they started firing all these electricity shots at you, that would be really choice. Thankfully, apparently their spell accuracy skill is very low, so... That's the only good thing about the spell accuracy stat, is that nobody is much better at it than you are. And in that way, I suppose it's equitable, because then you have these enemy mages and other units that have magical attacks, and they flub those attack rolls left, right, and sideways. I can count probably on both hands the number of times in this game so far that that someone has shot like a hotfoot spell at us, or something similar like this, like Emulsify or whatever, and they've actually hit us. So, I won't complain about that. I wish we could raise ours a little faster, but really, credit where it's due. Like, it's been going up as I've been doing this, which is one of the things that y'all have recommended. You know, is just spam lots of little spells to raise those stats very quickly, and it does work. I wasn't sure if the amount of increase would be tied somehow to, like, if it was proportionate to the level of the skill already. Like, maybe if your fire skill is already very high, then, like, casting a spell at 1 stamina cost or at the lowest level just wouldn't do as much to increase the skill as casting it for a greater stamina cost. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that it works that way for a number of reasons, not least of which is because you have some spells that only have 1 casting level. You cannot power them up beyond that. And so what that says to me is that it has to be able, when you cast that spell, to contribute something to the growth of the attached skills. So something like the Venom spell, it has to make your poison magic go up. It has to, because it's a poison spell. Otherwise, what are we even doing, right? So that has turned out to be the case, is just spam lots of little low-cost spells for whatever stats and skills you want to increase. And it does make a difference. Of course, you have to hit something, Aaron. There we go, finally. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a point out of that. Let's go, 1 mo. Try it again. Get 2 in a row. Get 2 in a row. Oh. If he did get 2 in a row, the second one would probably have hit William. Well, there we go. Okay. Let's see what we did get out of that, though. He got nothing. Oh, his spell accuracy did go up. 1 point, more than he had. Fire went up 4 points. See, that's what I mean. Spamming Hotfoot like that. Now, the unfortunate thing here, well, it's not super unfortunate, but, like, there are other spells we could cast that would contribute to spell accuracy, but probably Hotfoot is the one we're going to keep casting because it has the lowest possible casting cost. I think it's one of the only spells where you can cast it for literally 1 stamina, so it is the best one to spam even after our fire skill hits 80. The downside of that is that if we're using that instead of something like Cold Cut, for example, or Emulsify, then, like, those other skills are not going to increase. Fire magic cannot go past 80 in this chapter, so that's just going to kind of be wasted. No, I'm not trying to click. There we go. I just misclicked. Cause went up. Charm went up. There were no changes. What changes did I make? There we go. Okay, let's see here. Earthened and hardening fluid. Okay, I am literally only taking those so that I can mark this as empty. Although, actually, now that I think about it, that hardening fluid might come in handy for moments when I don't have an armor light spell active, because where we haven't been able to find an armorer's hammer, Aaron's armor has gotten a little bit beaten up, and so if we put hardening fluid on there, then it'll be good for at least a battle or two where it will degrade more slowly. So that's better than nothing. Yeah, I picture it as like the, like if you watch any DIY YouTubers. Oh, I started going for that treasure chest and almost ran into an ambush. I do want the treasure chest, though. Those just look like bandits. Let's get them. Let's see if we can sneak up on them. But you watch DIY YouTubers, and they are all the time, like, using epoxy to make things. And that's what I picture, is like someone just pulling out some kind of resin and just dipping the whole armor in it. Okay, let's see here. If these are just... Oh, Bandit Archer. Oh, Bandit Archer. Bandit. Okay, well, never mind. I was gonna be like, well, what should we do in this fight? Well, obviously we should cast Armor Light on Aaron. Okay, can you get to anybody? No. Well, let's not waste a turn. Shoot them before they shoot us, and then the one who's not an archer will have to come down here and get us. Oh. Dummy me. We got a surprise round. He couldn't have moved up and then moved again before they got a turn. That's what I should have done. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It'll still work out. It'll be fine. See, they came to us. Now, can we see this guy? Okay, he's also just a regular bandit. Good. Okay. I'm gonna rest him rather than spamming Hotfoot because he will need to come up with some more armor light spells. At least these guys have come to us. Hopefully they... Yeah, see, they only go down in a couple of hits, so... I'll rest you again. That guy's just leaving. He's like, no, I saw what you did to my buddy, man. I'm not getting paid enough for this shit. Rest. Armor Light is such a good spell. It's so good. Can you get to him, William? I don't know if he can. Oh, well, he's got... I know who can get to him. He had 40 health. Now he doesn't. That guy's gonna get away. Oh, are they both gonna get away? Oh, screw you. Oh, man. Gross. Okay, well. If I had known that, I wouldn't have spent a lightning bolt. I would have used a Hotfoot or something. Okay. Treasure chest. A bead puzzle chest. Okay. Cool. Well, that means we don't necessarily have to rest first. I'm going to go ahead because there's going to be another fight, and we know that. So... there we go. Make it almost daytime. Lol, his archery went up. His scouting went up by 0.2. That's good. His assessment went up. That's been a fairly useless skill. I'm sure that there's some good information locked behind that if we had, you know, if we raised it more, but it's just not really doing anything. I'll keep scouting on him for now, and okay. 2 greens and a yellow. So we need a yellow down here. We've already got 2 greens. Alright. I like how the icons change every time. They're a little bit different. So like some of these we haven't seen before. Like we've got armor, we've got a helmet. I'm not sure what that is. Is that like a different kind of helmet with a point on it? Is it like a jester's cap, a wizard's hat maybe? I don't know. A gauntlet and a breastplate versus this is like, you know, chainmail or a tabard. So yeah, yeah, exactly, like a wizard's cowl. You see in old art sometimes like the pointed hat and it has the weird flap over the nose or something. Yeah, pointy helmet with a nose guard is kind of what I was thinking. I could see it either way. So, and then this is like, what's it called? A bassinet, I think? Is that right? That type of helmet? So, yeah, it looks like heavy armor and light armor, right? Like, here's the plate, and then this is like the light armor, and then the gauntlets, of course, are interchangeable. Okay. So, like you said, this is big think time. Okay, so we need to get a yellow down here. We could get a yellow by trading these 2 green. I think the only options we have are we can either switch... We can't switch to a yellow, because then 1 yellow can't be turned back in for anything except 2 green. So we're going to have to spend a green to get these to give us something to work with. That's the only way to go. So the question is, do we spend both of them, or do we save 1 green back and just start with 1? Let's start with 1. That'll give us a black, 2 whites, and a blue. Okay. Let me concentrate for a moment here. If I drop a blue and a green, I can get that. What other combinations? We've got a white and a black. Just the black. Sometimes I have to stop and remind myself that these combinations go both ways. So it's not just that you have to put in 2 blues and a green to get a black and a white. It's also that I can trade a black and a white to get 2 blues and a green. And since you can trade back and forth, it actually adds an additional layer of complexity to the puzzle. You would think it would simply make it easier, but the fact that you can consider it in both directions makes it a little bit harder, because if nothing else, you can trick yourself, either by forgetting it or by concentrating on it too hard. Okay, I'm gonna do the black. I'm trying to think multiple steps ahead. That's gonna get 2 reds and a blue. So then what that means is, I think what I need to do, I think I see the path here. I think if I drop for this combination and get another black and white, and then drop 1 of the reds and get a white and 2 yellows, then I can do 2 whites, the other red, and a yellow. And then if I drop... Yeah, okay, I think I've got it. Let's see here. Let me walk through my process. I'm never sure until it actually happens, or until, like, right before. Specific Pixel can tell you, I don't know if I've commented on this before, but, yeah, that'll get us a blue and a green. He tends to oversimplify complicated puzzles, and I tend to overcomplicate simple puzzles. So, like, I'm really good at the complex stuff, but if you give me a simple puzzle, I will brood over it for 100 years. Yes, there we go. Oh, I forgot I had to click. Hey! That worked. Ooh, a ruby shieldstone. I think that's the first time that we have found one of those. An actual ruby. Aaron had heard many women described as having ruby lips, but none lived up to the real thing. Men would fight equally hard over either. The stone wobbled a bit in Aaron's hand. Okay, so that's a fire shieldstone. Okay. That one will actually be useful because ice damage we have not run into a lot. Electricity damage we've mostly been able to mitigate. And poison damage has not been a huge inconvenience when we have run into it. Fire damage, on the other hand, as we have seen even just in this stream, can take somebody out. Will take us out completely. But yeah, so, you know, if you give me a simple puzzle, I have a very bad habit of staring at it and being like, that can't be it, right? Like, it can't be that easy. So I start looking for all of the layers and things, looking for the complexity that's not necessarily there, trying to think that, you know, I must be missing something. I just automatically assume I'm not seeing the whole puzzle. And Pixel will just be like, babe, it's this. No, it's not. It can't be that. No, it's that. I promise it is. Like, well, how do you know? Just, believe me. I promise. Let's see. We haven't done this in a while, but now I don't want to do that necessarily and spam that. So let's see. Mark the map. Oh, you mean for the treasure chest? No, it's empty, so... Treasure chests I only mark if they are not empty. Otherwise, I assume that they are and that I got everything. What do I need to do here? It's been a while since we cast Adrenaline. Maybe I need to do that. Because he's going to be able to get to that guy. Can he get to the mage? I don't think he can. Oh, well, if the mage comes closer, he can. Hey, we love to see it. Nice. Love that. Love that. And let's see here. There, we'll put that on him so he's protected until William gets back over here. And then he can rest. And then Pixel is the other way. He tends to look at a complex puzzle and be like, there's no way it can be that difficult. I must be simplifying or missing something, like I'm overcomplicating it in my head. It has to be easier than I'm making it. So he thinks that he's making it hard on himself when the puzzle actually is a complicated puzzle. But that's why we work best together when we're solving riddles and things like that, is because that way we can share challenges. I think we might be lucky this time. I don't think any of them are going to get away. Why don't you go up there and give him a whack, Aaron? Oh, we got whacked in return. Hey, nice. Now this guy might run for it. No? Okay, this whole group has been helpful. They have been very accommodating. Oh, now he's gonna run. Okay. Fair's fair. He does only have one hit left. Yeah, there we go. Phew. Now I will mark my map. Ooh, look at that. Floor cache. Well, road cache, I guess. That's just as good. Here, boys, have these sandwiches I found in the road. God, please. Please tell me. Oh, this is... Okay, this is Ganoth. Please, somebody tell me that there is a weapon and armor shop over here in this town. Hey! There we go, our lucky charm worked. Road rations. Yeah, like road rash, but worse because you have to eat it. Okay, this is just locked. And I assume when the lucky charm goes off, that means that the scouting attempt was successful because he basically got like a free reroll. So I trust it that it's not actually trapped. There we go. Hey. Cool. Some more hardening fluid and, ooh, some oil. I will actually take that because that has been pretty useful. That has been pretty useful. I just said I wasn't marking those. Okay, let's see. Anything else over here? And you do have... Oh, no, Ring of Scouting goes back on. We love that bonus damage, so... I'm really hoping that there's a weapon shop here, because that chest is close enough to town that if we need to do some inventory manipulation in order to go back and like pick up that massive amount of armor and weaponry, we can leave everything in that chest that we need to go back and carry more stuff. And that's a good place for it. Now, this city is walled, so it looks like this might be one where when we go inside, we're going to get a sub-menu. Yep, okay. Do we not get any cool music for this one? Wow, that's weird. Up to this point, every town we've gone into like this of the major cities has been... It's had its own like theme. This one's just dead silent. There's not even like swamp bugs buzzing in the background. Ganoth. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is the provincial seat of Gon, right? Yeah, the silent city. Squat buildings perched on stilts embedded in the marshy earth of Ganoth, where people had carved a home from the swamp. The wet, muddy town seemed a perfect match for the coarse, stubborn, Gonish personality. Okay, so we have the Pearl Spittoon. What a great name for a tavern. The enormous inn rested on thick pylons, offering a dry refuge. The booming laughter from within promised good cheer and, perhaps, good food. I like that there's a perhaps. Have Blade will travel. A province rife with mercenaries maintained a steady trade in weaponry, sturdy enough for a sword merchant to grow and prosper. Yes! Yes! Love it. Love it. Now, it's probably only a weapon shop because it's called Have Blade Will Travel. I don't see a whole lot of armor in here, and also they called him a sword merchant. So I'm betting he doesn't buy armor, he only buys weapons, but that still is okay. Oh. What is this? Is this better than that Obsidian Sword? A Malkian Boar. The golden-hued spiral blade seemed like a Jaeger's trophy, but the enchanted weapon was quite deadly. Enchanted. With a good solid thrust, the blade came to life, boring into its hapless victim. Ugh! Ironically, it was named for neither the smith who first forged one, nor the mage who enchanted it, but the first man to be impaled by one. Wow. So I see here thrust accuracy mod is 45, thrust damage is plus 20. And then swing accuracy is 25, but damage is only 5. Hack accuracy is 5, damage is 0. Okay. So, and the hardness is only 15 as well. So what this is a very accurate, high damage weapon. That depletes very quickly. Like, it's going to degrade fast, but it's going to deal very consistent damage, I guess. Yeah, it's a very stabby weapon. Now, of course, we don't need this because we have Everedge. Now, I'm assuming, even though this almost makes it sound like it's a unique weapon, but then you get into... Like, they really had me in the first half, not gonna lie. But then you get past that part, and it says it was named for neither the smith who first forged one, nor the mage who enchanted it. So that means that this should not be a unique weapon like Everedge is, I don't think. And the damage doesn't seem nearly as good as that Onyx sword that we saw earlier, which that's what I want to get one of for Kaylin when she gets back to the party. I'm going to get her an onyx blade and enchant it, and then just hand it over to her as soon as she returns. Okay, but this is a place we can sell swords. That's good. Disappointed that they don't have anything else to buy, but it's nice to see a new item. That's still cool. Okay, the Pearl Spittoon. There's a guy, here's a guy. Everywhere, guy. Is there nothing to grab and take? Really? There's not been any freebies in a while. Oh, well. What do you have to buy? Ale and food rations. Okay. Let's go ahead. We'll rest first. We haven't been back at full health in a while. There we go. Oh, I forgot I need to check. Okay, good. His lockpicking went up. And his defense increased. Cool. Strength magic's at 47 because I cast Adrenaline. I'm going to go back to that probably after we max out, like, movement, maybe, because a lot of these others are close to max out or have gone up on their own. Remove is tempting. Fire is going to keep going up, as so is damage if we keep spamming Hotfoot. So we need to focus on some of the lower ones, I think. And Strength has been responsible for some good buffing spells. So now that Resist is maxed, once Movement gets up there as well, I think I'm going to switch to Strength. Cause, Charm, and Strength. Nothing new. Okay. Let's see what Eye Patch has to say.
Look, everyone! Strangers! Just what we needed, some new ears for old tales. I'm Chorus Bale, proprietor.
You are? Okay. Well, I like this character already, but this is a bit sus. Like, the first things we can ask him about are his, like, his obvious injuries? Oh my god, you can't just go up to somebody with a disability and be like, how'd you get that, though? How'd you get that way? Hey, I noticed you've only got one arm? So what'd you do with it? Where'd you put it? Why don't you have two arms? I don't... Kaleth, that's a name. I guess we have to start at the top. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, that seems kind of impolite. Yeah, I don't think that we would be offered the option if... He seems like he's itching to tell a story. So, he probably wants us to know, but at the same time, that just... It feels so weird. Like, hey, everybody, nice to meet you. Whoa, what happened to that dude? Okay, let's just go from the top down.
Since it's apparent you like to talk, how about telling us how you lost your arm?
You'll be sorry you asked, little man.
Oh my god, I am already sorry I asked.
It's a dark and stormy night, deep in Mayrat territory. I'm trying to catch some sleep, lying in the dugout half filled with rainwater.
It's gonna be a lot harder to catch with only one hand.
Snoring to wake the dead. I reach over to clamp my hand over his thundering yup. Suddenly a Mayrat leaps over the rim of our hole and whacks my arm off with one blow of his battle axe.
Then what happened?
Well, Lon stops snoring right enough. He kills the Mayrat, binds up my arm, and drags me through mud and blood to a medical. Saves my life, he does. Thanks again, friend!
Think nothing of it, Chorus. Hey, how about an ale on the house?
What do you think I'm running here? A charity institute for destitute drunkards? Now, where was I before I was interrupted by that guzzling soak of a ball rag? Oh, yeah. So, that's how I lost my arm. Missed that arm, I do. Was even brawnier than this here wrestling champion I got left.
Oh my god. This is a lot. I love the cutaway where he's just like, thanks, buddy! And the dude is there, and he's like, hey, no problem. How about a free beer, though, if you're so thankful? And he's just like, get out of my face. Get out of my inn. Just immediately cuts to the Mariah Carey gif of her putting on her glasses like, I don't know her. I love the confirmation that once again we are basically in fantasy Italy, though, because he called the doctor physician a medico. Okay. And now we can ask him about wrestling. Oh boy, that's what I wanted to do this stream. To have two young, healthy, virile men wrestle a one-armed, one-eyed bartender.
So tell us, how did you come to lose your eye?
I'm glad you asked, because I was just about to tell you.
If you hadn't asked, I'd have told you anyway.
It's a dark and stormy night here at the Pearl Spittoon. Suddenly the door blows open and a stranger stomps in, shaking off water like a Ticoran otter spaniel. I'm wet and cold clear through, barkeep, says he in a voice like a thunderclap.
A lot of
Make
thunderclaps.
me a Januli julep and go extra heavy on the blister peppers.
Are you good, bruh?
Juleps happen to be a specialty of mine, and I make them hotter than any this side of the way. In 2 shakes and a stir, the stranger has one of my finest creations burning a ring in the bar in front of him, where the steam alone causes 2 of my patrons to run screaming from the room, tears streaming down their faces.
Oh my god.
The stranger sniffs, the stranger snorts, then he takes a healthy swig. Well, I'll be pickled if he doesn't bat an eyelid. All he says is, barkeep, I do believe you gave me a virgin julep for the ladies. There's not enough blister pepper in this to stick in your eye. Well, to say I disagree with this opinion is to put it mildly. To prove him wrong, I grab the blister pepper from his Januli julep and, well, I stick it in my eye.
What
God,
the
if that
fuck?
thing doesn't live up to its name and burn out my looker quicker than I can say, in 20-0 hindsight, I'd have to say that wasn't one of my brighter ideas.
That's terrible.
Yes, terrible and true. Right, stranger?
Every word of it, you blasted fool. How about a Januli julep on the house for old time's sake?
Stranger, if I didn't know you better, I'd throw you out of here on your raggedy ass. Now, where was I? Before I was interrupted by that freeloading, sun-sucking, tanked-up tosspot.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! This guy owns! Yes! Oh, wow. I love that he just calls him stranger. Like, he's calling him stranger, but then he says, if I didn't know you better, I'd toss you out on your raggedy ass. Like, is the guy's name Stranger? Although you can clearly hear him turning away from the mic to yell at the guy, and then the other dude answers back, like, isn't that right, friend? Just, God. Oh my god, this is so good. Okay, well, so what about Kaleth?
Do you know a man named Kaleth?
Yeah, I know him. He wouldn't waste his time on a scrawny pair like you, though.
What? I can't remember where we know that name from. I've been keeping bad notes. Something mercenaries, right? I don't know. Okay, but here's what I'm guessing. Yeah, something to do with the mercenaries. Oh, Yes, yes. William had a plan where yes, he was gonna like try to weasel in and join the mercenary group to get more information. Okay, now I kind of remember. All right. So, he said he wouldn't waste his time on a couple of scrawny guys like us. Maybe we're meant to like convince him that we're strong enough to bother with by wrestling him?
So, I take it you're considered a fair to middling arm wrestler around these parts.
Why, son, am I to take that as a challenge of sorts?
Yes, and here's a wager to make it interesting.
What?
Chorus looks long and hard at William's
How much of my money
comparatively
did you just
puny
bet?
arm, then he roars with laughter for several minutes. Finally, he regains enough self-control to sit down opposite William and clasp hands.
Wow, rude.
Still chuckling, he waits for the signal. Then, immediately slams William's hand to the board.
That was fun. And profitable too. Anytime you want a rematch, just let me know.
Wow. Okay. How much of my money did you just lose? Okay, not much. It might have been like 100 or something like that, or 20 or 50. But we still have over 4,400, so it wasn't a significant amount. Time to cheat, you say? How would we cheat? Oh, hey, we did pick up one of these, didn't we? The Halder's Brew, that's the strength potion. After that whole story that we read about the origin of the potion, where the guy was like bench pressing a blacksmith's anvil or something like that, then, oh yeah, if we're gonna do that, we're definitely gonna save first.
Come back anytime you get to missing me.
I will be right back. I mean, yeah, right. If the game lets you, then. Okay. Let's
We
try
got to
it.
missing you, Chorus, so we came back.
Ready to lose more money, are you?
Because I don't think we don't have anything else that would do the same thing. Because this just increases your melee skill, right? So the only thing we have, and the only thing I know of in the game that actually increases your strength, is the Halder's Brew, other than like the adrenaline spell, because strength is a different, like, is a specific stat. So
Chorus, I was feeling a bit tired before, but now I'm refreshed. Here's another wager. Put up your fist.
You're a game little man. Not much I'll grant.
close.
Well, I'm not one to turn my nose at easy.
Chorus sits down and locks hands with William. At the signal, William puts forth a mighty effort, surprising Chorus with a sudden increase in strength. William struggles valiantly to keep his hand at the midpoint as Chorus pauses to reconsider the situation. After a brief hiatus, Chorus comes to the conclusion that things are still pretty much as they ever were, and William's hand once more discovers itself keeping company with the spoons and saucers.
Well, young
Wow.
star, I'm impressed by your moxie, if not by your brute strength. You know, if you're interested, I could put you in the way of some people always on the lookout
Oh my
for
God,
an
did that work?
up-and-comer like yourself.
Oh, that worked. Oh, good idea, y'all. Good idea. Okay. Although, I have to point out, it is worth noting how we literally drank a strength potion that's supposed to let you bench press an anvil, and this guy still is like, oh, well, I'm impressed by your moxie, but, and then just slams us. Okay,
My pockets could use some ballast. Tell me about these employment opportunities.
Let's see. Galeth is always looking for strong arms, or at least what passes for them in general company.
Wow. Putting William on
But I
blast.
can't rightly say where Galeth is at these days. Tell you what, go to Choth and find Lokath. Say I sent you, and sure as spit's whistle, he'll hook you up proper.
Back to Choth. Okay.
Come back anytime you get to missing me.
Okay. Well, new favorite character. Wow. That was a lot. Okay, I'm gonna save it before I do anything else. Yeah, I hope he comes up again. That's really good. Or barring that, I hope that we find somebody else who is just as good. Okay. Let's take stock really quick. So, Choth over here, we're going to have to go back this way to Keth, which is the way we intended to go anyway. So, what I think I want to do is, since we're really close and we've already cleaned out this area, I'm going to head back over here to Nathby and just see if we can cross the bridge, or if it's going to cut us off and we're going to get one of those messages where William is like, I don't think we should go this way, the adventure's in the other direction. If nothing else, that will tell us that, you know, that up here Januli is not an option right now and that we will visit it later. And then I will just feel better about knowing. So, let's do that first, and then, whether we can go to Nathby or not, we will go back to Keth and go to Choth. Man, Choth was a fun town. This has been a fun town, too. It's been a fun chapter. The battles have been really brutal, but other than that, I mean, the chapter itself has been great.
Given what we know, I don't think we'll find the consort by going this way. We shouldn't stray too far until we figure out where he is.
Okay. Alright, so that solves that issue then. No going to Januli in Chapter 6. Maybe we will visit there later. But at least we know. So now we can head back along. We will go to Choth by way of Keth. And find further adventure. What did you learn? Cold magic. Cold magic. Well, that took a whole day. Alright. Oh. Oh, okay. I keep reading that wrong, and I was thinking this is how long we needed to, like, rest all the way, but actually we only need to go 5 hours, so 8 hours is more than sufficient. Alright, we are back kind of in unknown territory, or at least territory we have yet to clear out. So we need to be looking, help me here kind of in the periphery. We can see everything without turning, but I need to be on the lookout, and you need to be on the lookout for chests and the like. Okay. Sneak up on these guys. Wow, game. Okay. Armor light. Because there are 4 of them, and they all have swords. So they're going to surround Aaron. You know what? I'm actually going to hit this guy. Because... let's see. I want to... come over here. I'm going to try and use Imperious Passage. And see if I can set up for a swarm spell. Of course, I have to get away from them, so it just may not be doable. Let's see if we can do it. They might not. No, of course they're going to chase him. Oh, but they didn't threaten him. Ah, which is all that I need. Okay, Imperious Passage. Here we go. Duration 3 actions. Duration 8 actions. This is the tricky part. Okay. Touch range spells. We've not gotten to cast Venom yet. Oh, that's a really cool effect. I love that. It's probably mostly a useless spell, but I love the way that it looks. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, take that guy out. You two come over here and crowd around Aaron. Come over here. The one time that I ask for this. That guy's getting out. Okay. Now you come over here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Nobody move. Nobody move. Nobody move. Okay. Aaron. Here we go. We're gonna do a big hit. I'm actually... There, let's take some Send Water first. And... Here we go. Swarm. I'm gonna go big on this because this is, like, we're just... You don't get a lot of opportunities like this, and you see how hard it was to set it up. Boom. Boom, baby. William, come on. Okay. I'm gonna do it again. Man, that is really a very powerful spell, if you can get it off. But, I mean, you see how difficult it is. Oh, okay, Imperious Passage wore off, so now he can't do the thing anymore. Run away! Ah. Will you go down, guy? Really? I feel like I've hit them pretty hard. That guy absolutely has a bow and arrow. So, we unfortunately have to cast Armor Light again, just to be safe. Because these dudes are not going down. I thought hitting them with those big spells. Look at that. Well, we lost another one. There he goes. After all that, we had better not... There's no way. I am not letting all of them get out of here. There we go. Because if they took that much killing, then they've got some good stuff on them. Yeah, see? Still no Armorer's Hammer, unfortunately. Which is what we really need. But we're just about back around to the point where we could probably buy one. Okay, you got nothing from that fight. Which is unsurprising, all things considered. Damage is up to 77, poison's at 33, 69, nice. Okay, still not seeing... Almost forgot to mark my map. Can you imagine? Okay. I'm going to save it to be safe. But unless there's an ambush, because that's Keth, it looks like we might be home free, which means that there probably is an ambush. Oh! You know what? Maybe not. Because we took care of these guys on the edge of town. Yeah. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We've come, quite literally, full circle. Or, well, full polygon of some kind, anyway. Now, what did you sell? Okay, this is the armor guy. Okay. I think, based on what we have seen up to this point, right? That combat is only getting more and more brutal. It is only getting worse. So I was reluctant at first because we had just encountered it to purchase Montari plate mail, either here in Keth or back where we first saw it in Torlith. I think we're at the point where, like, now that we've gone around through this whole area, we have seen if we had had that armor, it would have made enduring those pirate archers, especially, a lot easier. Which doesn't necessarily, like, I'm not going to call it a mistake that I didn't buy any earlier, because I chose not to for a reason, and that was I was concerned that if I spent 2,500 gold or burlas on one suit and then additional hundreds of gold to go back to the temple and get it enchanted, that then the game would immediately, like, give me a set for free. Somebody would drop some, or there would be a quest reward where someone would give us a suit for free, or we would find a treasure chest that had some in it, you know, like behind a really difficult puzzle, or whatever. I was kind of wondering that really hard lock outside of Nathby. I was wondering if that was what was inside, and that's why it took us 8 lockpicks to get in there, is if there was going to be a free suit of plate mail. So we needed to explore that. We have done so. The game did not give us plate mail. So now I think before we go any further, this might be the time for me to acquire plate mail and get it blessed. I think this is the moment. And also, going back to the Temple of Kor is going to be valuable not just for the armor, but also because Everedge, as good as it already is not blessed either. And presumably it can be. So if we bless it, it's only going to get even better. And y'all told me this was basically the best sword in the game, right? So with a hardness of 100, it never has to be repaired. If we bless it, that's just going to be permanent till the end of the game. We won't have to worry about enhancing it any further, except occasionally using, like, oil or a frost band on it or something of that nature. So, yeah. We have a clear path. We have already emptied all of the encounters, as far as I'm aware, on the road between Keth and Torlith, back where the Temple of Kor is at. So we should be safe for me to essentially just run around and get all of that stuff and sell it, make a bunch of money, and then we can get 2 suits, one for each of them. And then if we have enough money left over, after we have acquired 2 suits of Montari plate mail, blessed both of them, and also blessed Everedge, then what I want to do is get a 3rd suit of Montari plate mail and one of those obsidian blades that we saw also back in Torlith, I think. Might have been in a different town, but anyway, one of those, and bless it too. And we will hold on to those for Kaylin, so that as soon as she rejoins the party, whenever that is, she will get an immediate equipment upgrade, because there is no guaranteeing when we go over to Chapter 7 and go back to her, which is what y'all told me I should expect, that she will have access to this. And if she does have access to it, I don't remember for sure if she's going to have enough money. She might. I think that she will, but we can't be certain. And so I would rather be safe than sorry. Also, the worst that happens is if possible, I'm going to try and, like, save this file before I do that, and I'll buy her suit and her sword really close to the end of the chapter. And that way, we will, like, go into the next chapter and hopefully be able to tell very early on in Chapter 7 if she is or is not going to be able to do it on her own and use her funds for it. And if she can, I'll just load it and not buy the armor and the sword with them, and she can just get her own, and that way she can start using it immediately. Because if I buy it with them and then she has it available, I will be tempted to not upgrade her equipment during her chapter because I'll have already spent the money and I don't want to double up. So if she can access that, then I'm going to want her to buy it for herself and not have them buy it and then, you know, her be forced to wait a whole chapter. So that's going to be my little project. Between now and the next stream, I will go ahead and I'll go around, grab all of the bodies that we have left lying, and get all of that stuff. We'll take care of that, get them some armor. It's a little too early, I think, to end this stream. I don't want to do that just yet. So what I'm going to do is I want to at least head back down here to Choth and see what was his name, Locath, I think, has to say. Oh, actually, come to think of it, Choth might be the town where you can buy the swords. I think, isn't it? Is this the place where you can buy the obsidian blades? Yeah, or onyx blades. Okay, onyx blade. Yeah, see, this is much better overall than that Malkian boar. The Malkian boar had 45 thrust accuracy, but then it still only had 20 thrust damage, and its swing and hack accuracy and damage were way, way lower. Like, its hack was non-existent, because it's a thrusting weapon. So, what that tells me is the Malkian boar is a consistent weapon, but not a powerful one. It's going to degrade very quickly because it has 15 hardness, whereas this one has 50. So you'll be constantly having to repair it, and its damage will constantly be decreasing as it does degrade. But you will hit with it all the time because it is plus 45 to hit as long as you're stabbing somebody. The Onyx Blade, we're going to be wanting to swing or hack with it instead. That's going to be the most accurate attack, and it's going to deal the same amount of damage. Plus, once we bless it, it'll be even better. And that costs less than half of what a suit of armor costs, but it still is a significant cost, or, you know, price. And then blessing them is like what? I think it's 150 for a weapon and 200, 250, 300, something like that for a suit of armor. Or was it the other way around? I don't know, but we'll find out. Oh, this guy was not standing here before, so I'm assuming that this is Locath?
Are you Locath?
Yeah, what of it?
Okay. Well, that was easy enough.
Chorus Bale of Ganoth sent us. He said we'd find our fortune waiting here like an easy girl with her knees spread.
Whoa!
He did he? Well, you tell him that his little joke fell flat. As if I don't remember that Ganoth dancing girl he sent me. Clor blind me if that veil didn't cover a 3-day stubble.
This is no joke, Locath. Chorus said we're the kind of men you're looking for.
Huh. Well, you don't look like much to me. But Chorus is a good judge of men and horseflesh, even if he don't know a good-looking wench from a hole in the wall. Let me call in a few of my colleagues into this here interview process.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to fight them. Okay. We have to beat up some of his guys. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Protect the weak one. strength seems to be key here. So, let's have some. We'll make fairly short work of these guys, I do believe. It'll be much shorter if they would not block with their shields, please and thank you. Why can't you be accommodating like that last group of mercenaries? Still nothing? Well, I thought for sure that he would have just a little bit left and was going to try and finish him off with Aaron. That's alright. Maybe we can get off a couple of hot foot spells. Hot feet? Spells? We got line of sight. Aaron, you... Really? Well... Since he hit, at least, maybe he'll get some spell accuracy for it. Yeah, hot foots, I guess? Maybe? Toasty toes? Heated heels? Arsony ankles? I don't know. I'm running out. I think I ran out, actually. That's the best, and also, paradoxically, the worst I can do. Oh my gosh, will you please die? Thank you. Gosh.
Well, looks certainly do deceive. All right. I suppose I can use you.
Especially
But
after
before
replace
I
those two
commit
guys
to
you just
anything,
killed.
I want to test you in the field. We've got a little operation going down in Pianda.
Oh.
It was supposed to be a simple matter of get in, get it over with, and get out. Well, things got complicated, and the fellas are running out of provisions.
You want us to bring them additional supplies?
You catch on right quick. The men are near Amartsi. Find Burge, the lieutenant in command. Give him the provisions and take this note. When Burge is done with you, come on back here with a report. Then we'll see what's what.
Okay. Okay, that's simple enough. Okay, so this is why y'all were telling me, like, not to go down to Briala and stuff, is because we were definitely going to go back there anyway. Okay, so it's time. We haven't been to Amatsi in a long time, so we're going to go all the way back around. Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough interview process. I mean, obviously not for us, for the interviewers. So it doesn't seem like a great system. Okay, so now we've cleared this whole road. So we can travel back down here. We can hang south at the intersection, go back to Briala. We'll, pass through where we started. Come all the way back to the beginning. And by this point, we've visited almost the whole map, y'all. Januli is the only part we haven't seen. That and Antara itself. So that's really cool. We've seen almost the whole game world, and now it's sending us home. So we can head back there, see what there is to see, and maybe we'll see how much it will let us get away with. Because we may go to Briala, and the boys may say we can't go south to Aspreza, that we need to only go to Amatsi, and then it might not let us go further south or west of Amatsi either, because we need to go back to Choth and report. Or it may turn out that we have all of Pianda open to us, in which case some of these towns, we're going to have to visit all of them. Oh no, like yay, but also oh no. Because treasure and skill increases, that's great. And also there may be new stuff in some of these towns, but I'm almost... Yeah, Miss Mum as usual. Yeah, something tells me we're probably still not gonna get to meet Aaron's mom. But part of me is almost kind of hoping that we won't be allowed to stray too far, that we only can go to Briala and Emotzi and then come back. We'll see, I guess, won't we? Either way, I'm excited to go that way, for sure. Now, our inventory is a bit full, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of manipulation and management of that. But we have clear goals. Oh, for a second I thought that was an encounter I missed, and it's like, oh no, that's just a mercenary camp, because I turned south. Oh, and the two dudes that we fought. Wow. They really are just lying in the street, huh? Okay, what do they have? Well, so we really did kill those guys. Holy shit, he just threw those dudes at us, like, right onto our swords. I was joking, because I thought it was a mock battle, you know, we just had to beat each other up, but we really are replacing two of his men. Wow. Yeah, dude, what a capable administrator.
Thought you'd stop by here again before checking in with...
Listen, I didn't send you two off on a pleasure trip. Those men in Emotzi need supplies now.
Okay,
Do I
yeah,
have
that's
to
fair.
throw you a map? Get moving!
Thanks, Locath. We won't let you down.
See that you don't.
I actually wanted to talk to him to see if he had anything else to say, but I also was hoping it would automatically put a marker on our map, as it usually does for an NPC to whom we can speak, and it didn't. So I will put a manual one. Okay, but yeah, we've got a plan. We have a clear goal, and we can test those boundaries when we get there and see what comes of it. In the meantime, I am going to focus on... Oh, hey, our fire went up to 80. Nice. Or 40. I'm going to focus on going around, picking up all of those bodies, gathering cash, and then I'm going to buy and bless some armor for our boys. Since some of the bodies we need to pick up are back in Torlith anyway, and we're fairly close, it won't be that much work for me, so I'll just circle around and do all that. And then we will head back to Briala. We're going home, folks. So I'm going to leave it here, and I hope that you will come back and join me next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., when we continue Chapter 6, heading back to where it all began, the seaside farming village of Briala. Don't forget to follow and subscribe here on Twitch if you aren't already, or if you're watching this on YouTube, of course, where you can catch the whole playlist, the entire series, and all of the series that we've got going here on the channel or that we've already played. You can follow and turn on notifications over there as well. Give us a like. Leave your comments. Let us know what you think. I always love hearing from you, and so does Pixel. It means the world to us when you all engage and let us know how much fun you're having and how you remember these old games or love what we're doing with them. And I will see you for the next Antara, or for Chrono Cross on Monday, or for more Disciples Sacred Lands on Thursday. Whenever I see you, whichever stream that is, I will be glad to do so. We'll continue our adventures then, and until that time, as always, thanks for playing.